So what we have here is the integral of x squared times e to the 14x dx, and we're asked to use integration by parts. So in integration by parts, you need to decide what you're going to use for your u and what you're going to use for your dv. So we have two distinct parts of this problem, the x squared and then the e to the 14x. The one you want to choose for your u will be the one whose derivative decreases in power. So in other words, if we take the derivative of x squared, it's going to turn into a 2x. And if we do that again, it's going to turn into just a 2. So that's the one that's, as we take the derivative, it will start going away for us. But if we used this one as our u and we took the derivative, well, the derivative of e to the 14x is just 14 e to the 14x. So we don't want to use that as our u. So we choose u is equal to x squared, and we choose dv is equal to e to the 14x, which means du, because our formula we need to find du, du is equal to 2x, and v, so we'll anti-differentiate, which would mean we get e to the 14x divided by 14. Okay, now we put this into the formula here, the uv minus the integral of v du, and we get u, which is x squared. So let's write out first the integral. 14x dx is equal to, okay, u, which is x squared, v, which is this, so e to the 14x over 14, that's our first term, that's an x there, minus the integral of v du, so v being e to the 14x over 14, and du being 2x times 2x dx. Let's clean that up a little. The first one is fine, e to the 14x over 14, minus, we can put the x right here, the 2 and the 14 reduced to 1 over 7, so minus the integral of 1 over 7x e to the 14x dx. Okay, so we've helped ourselves a bit, but we haven't completed using integration by parts yet, because it looks like we're going to have to do it again. This term is going to stay, it's just going to get tagged along, but now we have two new terms. Well, one new term, and one term is the same. So if we do this process again and choose our u to be 1 over, let's even choose it to be negative 1 over 7x. So we could put a plus sign here and make this, we could just carry on that negative into the integration by parts. So if we say u is equal to negative 1 over 7x, and v again is equal to, or dv, excuse me, is equal to e to the 14x, du will be negative 1 over 7, and v will be, just like last time, e to the 14x over 14. Okay, so let's do integration by parts again. Now the first thing that we need to do before we do that is take this term right here and write it down. Okay, so we're going to write down, let's put an equal sign here, x squared e to the 14x over 14, because that was here before. This integration by parts that we were doing was this term, or this term that we were splitting up using integration by parts. Okay, so we've got that first term written, and let's go ahead and do uv, so negative 1 over 7x times e to the 14x over 14, that's uv, minus the integral of v, which is e to the 14x over 14, times du, which is negative 1 over 7, and that's dx. Okay, let's clean that up a little bit. Again, first term stays the same. This one, we'll need to multiply these denominators. That's going to be 98. So minus x e to the 14x over 98. Same thing here. This is a 98. We've also got a negative and a negative here, so that becomes positive. So plus 1 over 98 or integral of e to the 14x dx. Okay, so since we used integration by parts twice, we got rid of that x term, or it was x squared, then it turned into an x term, and now it's gone completely. So we know how to take the integral of e to the 14x. We've done it twice already. The integral of e to the 14x is e to the 14x divided by 14. So we're pretty much done with this problem. We just need to quickly write the answer to this integral, put a little plus c out there. So our final answer is x squared e to the 14x over 14 minus x e to the 14x over 98 plus 1 over 98 times e to the 14x over 14 plus c. Now, we'll probably want to write this. You don't want a 1 over 98 times and then the 14 in the denominator here. These two multiplied together would give you 1,372. So quickly I'll write that out. X squared e to the 14x over 14 minus x e to the 14x over 98 plus e to the 14x over 1,372 plus c. And that's it.